Today we're going back to the linear expressions book by the great one and only Pat Martino. We're going to take it to the next level, applying this minor conversion concept to a B-flat blues. So if you want to multiply your vocabulary and start connecting lines in a very fresh way, stay with me because we're going to dive deep in one of the most important improvisation methods ever written. The first step in linear expressions is to actually learn the 5 positions. Remember that this is like a cage system for jazz guitar. And starting in G minor, you have all these inversions that we are not going to discuss today because you already have them in this video and many other videos from my channel. And what we are going to do today is to apply them to a B-flat blues. So the first thing is to learn the 3 chords, B flat, E flat, and F dominant, and watch for the minor conversions in this key. Let's start with the first chord, B flat, and the minor conversion happened when you think about the minor 2 chord related to this one. So the chord that makes the 2-5. In this case, F minor. And the first thing is to check all the inversions in order to have all the possibilities and all the activities in mind related to the different B flat chords. In this case, we are going to focus on the 6th string, so the activity that would correspond to this area is activity number 3. Let's play it against our B flat dominant chord. As you can see, there is a lot to grasp from this position. And the first thing that I would do is just to, try to relate the original phrase with the actual chord. And then we can discover really interesting things, like, for example, this part of the phrase. We are playing like 6th going to the flat 7, and then to the 9th and to the 4th. So we got this little arpeggio hidden here. So we can extract already a lot of ideas from this little arpeggio. The other thing would be to catch maybe some chromatic lines that we find in this activity. For example, if we think on that phrase with our chord, we start on the 13th, moving to the flat 7, and then chromatic, and reaching the 3rd. So this is a perfect example of the versatility of this thinking. I'm just moving the chord chromatically to let my ears get accustomed to the sound in different positions, as well as my eyes when it comes to visualization the fretboard. Another important part that we can grasp from this activity is the arpeggio going down. This is a very beautiful one. If we played the chord, we had a descending line from the root and so on. This activity number 3 is the obvious choice in this position, but we have also 2 surrounding activities that we can employ as well. Let's check activity number 4. Remember that the inversion is key to have them organized in the fretboard, and in this case it will sound like this. These activities sound really different depending on the chord that we are playing, so take all the time you need to get accustomed to the different sounds and explore the different chord inversions and voicings that you already know to see how they fit into the activities. As you probably know, I'm a big fan of playing in position, 1 step ahead and 1 step below. So let's check the other option. The other option is activity number 2. So we play the chord and play it. With with just these three areas, you get plenty of ideas to connect them, to play in position, to just grab one string or two strings and trying to develop motifs. So that's the way, I think, in my opinion, one of the most profitable ways of applying this system to a regular chord. Let's see what happens with the next chord, E flat dominant. The obvious choice here, if we do the minor conversion, would be to think about the minor second, which is B flat minor. And we have this activity here, activity number 1, play the chord and the line. I really like this little fragment here because it allows me to move from the 4th going back to the 1. Look at this, really slow. And of course, it's really handy when we are playing 5th and the 4th, because we can do kind of parallel movement between the two chords. Activity number 1 checked, and we have 2 more, one from behind and one from above. The one from behind would be activity number 5, and you need to relate it with this chord, this inversion. If we have minor here, we get a major chord on the 3rd of any minor chord. So all this position, it's easier for me to relate if I think in this C sharp, or in this case D flat major chord. E flat dominant, and the other one would be activity number 2. Remember, always have in mind the inversions from the minor chord for you to grasp the actual fingering. In this case, we have it here, so we play the chord. If we want to take things further, just think of the different inversions you already know for this E flat dominant chord. We have this here, maybe here, this one, this also. And what I would do is just to play the inversions and the motif. And finally, the 3rd chord from this B flat blues, F7th. And we have the previous positions already fresh in our memory. So the first one would be related to this inversion of the minor chord, C minor chord, and the previous one would be this, and the 3rd one, the position above our original one, would be this, related to this F7 inversion, exactly the same as we just played, but one step up. With just these 3 positions for each of the chords, you get plenty of options to multiply your language and to actually find new ways of connecting not only these positions, but connecting the chords with the next one and make transitions a bit smoother. Thank you very much for watching, hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, you get a PDF with all the formations available on my website for free, so check it out. See you in the next one.